And welcome back to Boss Life. I'm your host, Ebony, your favorite go-to life coach. So tonight we're talking about overthinking things, struggling with the thoughts of letting things go, struggling with the fact of obsessing with the thoughts of not making decisions, just obsessing with the fact of shoulda, coulda, woulda things. So that's what we're discussing tonight. I want you to make sure you are relaxing, have on your aromatherapy, music, candles, whatever background noise you need. Make sure the kids are in the bed, the husband is doing what he needs to do, but make sure you are surrounding yourself with just you, okay? This is your moment, your time. You know how we do it, so let's get into it, okay? So I am extremely excited about this topic because I know as women, we are very distracted with the shoulda, coulda, woulda sometimes. And especially on jobs, especially in our lifestyles, with our hair, with our, not our attitude as much, or maybe our attitude, but sometimes, our personality, how we come across to other people, we sometimes second guess what we should do, how we should act. But I'm here to let you know, you are perfect in every single way. So what we're not going to do is over or second guess how we should act and what we should do, because we want to be 100% secure in who we are. So talking about overthinking, the longer you think about something, the less time and energy you have to take productive action. So we don't want to stay in one spot. Again, you guys know I am a big advocate about not staying in one spot. We do not want to be stagnated in life. Plus, thinking about all the things that you could have done differently, second guessing your decisions, and continuously imagining worst cause scenarios can be very exhausting. And mentally and physically and emotionally, we already have so much going on. We do not need to add to our plate. So definitely when you make a decision to do or say something, stick with it, let it go, move on. Don't allow time and energy to be wasted on something that you've already decided on, because my thing is, once you make a decision and once you say something, that's usually your first thought, your first action, and your first mindset. So go with it, because that's generally how you feel anyways. Don't second guess yourself. So overthinking involves thinking about a certain topic and situation excessively and analyzing it for a long period of time. So my thing is, I don't generally analyze things unless it's something that's going to affect my family, or my financial situation. I look at it from all sides. Yes, as women, we do that. As women, we make sure we look to the future. We make sure we look to the side, to the back of us, and then we make a decision, especially if it's going to affect our family and our household. But day-to-day lifestyle, no ma'am. Like, if I need to get something done, I'm getting it done and I'm moving on. I don't overanalyze anything. Now, when it comes to my actions, yes, sometimes I do. Sometimes it keeps me up at night. So sometimes there are moments at work where I wish I would have said something differently, and I don't. But sometimes that's a good thing because I'm trying to keep my job, okay? So those moments are okay, yes. But it is not okay for me to stay up at night thinking, oh, I should have said this and I should have did this, because it's not worth it. Guys, so in those moments, no, don't overanalyze them. Don't give those situations excessive energy, because it's really not worth it. And when you're keeping yourself up at night and worrying about something that you should have, could have, would have done, you're also causing yourself to not get the proper rest that you need. And we just don't want to do that, because we need to look beautiful the next day. Okay. So don't do that. You become consumed by this one thing that you're thinking about and overthinking about. And it makes it hard to get time that you need to focus on things and get anything else done. And we just don't want to abuse the time that God has given us. Okay. So our time, God's time, our family time is very important. We don't want to abuse the time that we have. And we waste so much time as it is. Our time management skills can always be improved. We just don't want to allow the simple things in life to affect us and to cause us to be stagnated. So, like I was saying, overthinking is kind of like a compulsive eating disorder, but with words. So you don't want to have word vomit in your brain. Okay, let it out, let it go, move on. Don't hold things in. And I've learned that too in life. Like I've learned that the more I hold in, the more ulcers I get, and those are no fun. So if you feel something and you want to say it, and if it comes up in the moment, then say it. But when you get home and then it comes up, nope, moment is over. It's already done. Let it go. You can't go back. And my husband is really, really big on it. Like he will like, oh my God, I should have did this, or we should have did this, or I wish we would have did this. No, that's what he does. He'd be like, oh, I wish we would have did this, or we should have did. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I can't live in the shoulda, coulda, woulda moments. Like it's already done. It's already over. Let's move on. And I can't live my life like that. So anyway, while some people believe that overthinking may be a helpful sense it involves looking at an issue or a problem from nearly every viewpoint and possible anticipating future events. But the opposite is true. Research suggests that overthinking is associated with feelings of depression, anxiety, and even post-traumatic stress disorder. And 9 times out of 10, normally, yes, like overthinking and overanalyzing things aren't really you trying to analyze it from every angle and trying to make sure that you're going to get it just right. Overthinking and overanalyzing it means that it's a trigger for you and you're trying to make sure that you're going to be okay emotionally. It's not the fact that you're just trying to make sure things are going to be okay financially and okay. No, you're just trying to make sure that you're going to be okay emotionally, and that's not okay. Like you need to make sure that you're okay emotionally before you even step out of your front door. Okay? Come on, ladies. Like we have to build ourselves every single day, every single night. Hopefully that's why you're listening to this podcast, because you're trying to get yourself better, period. So we have to do this for our girls. We have to do this for our nieces. We have to do this for our sisters. We have to do this for our neighbors and our community. Like you have to build yourself regardless. So when you're overthinking, when you're overanalyzing, you have to stop and ask yourself exactly why. Am I going through anxiety right now? And if I am, what about the situation is causing me to have anxiety? Like, what about the situation is causing me to be depressed? And I'm just going to stick with the topic that I've already brought up, like even at work. Yes, my job is very stressful. It causes a lot of anxiety, but I'm in the health field. I'm in a medical situation where I'm in control of other people's health. And so I have to make sure that I'm getting everything done. I have to make sure that I'm crossing all of my T's, dotting all of my I's before I go home at night. And so, and not only that, if I don't have adequate help or staffing at work, like that also causes stress on me. So I have to make sure that I'm not taking my work home with me. And so that part of it is kind of stressful for me. But now when it comes to having a conversation at work with somebody or, talking out a situation with someone at work, no. I need to go ahead and get it off my chest, let it go, and move on. I don't need to take that stuff home and be thinking, oh, I should have said this to her, or I should have said this to him, or I should have told my doctor exactly how I felt about a situation, blah, blah. Like, no, if it comes up at the moment, if I feel a certain way, I need to say it and get it off my chest, because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm in control of a certain part of someone's health. I have a responsibility. I'm responsible for a part of a situation. So I need to make sure that my conscience is clear, and whatever you're responsible for on your job or in your community or in your home, whatever situation that you're dealing with, that you're overthinking or overanalyzing is causing you stress or depression or anxiety, make sure that you are stopping in the moment and saying, listen, whatever your name is, and saying, listen, sis, what about the situation is causing me to overthink, overanalyze, and causing me to stay up at night, that I need to self-reflect, okay? That's what you need to think about. So everyone overthinks sometimes, but maybe you keep thinking about all the things that could go wrong when you give your presentation next week, or you've wasted countless hours trying to decide what to wear, or, for an upcoming interview, just simple things like that. So we don't want to waste time. So if you don't know if you're overthinking or overanalyzing situations, here's a few things that could help you just examine situations, okay? So a couple of tips. So being unable to relax, constantly feeling worried or anxious, fixating on things outside of your control, feeling mentally exhausted, having a lot of negative thoughts, replaying a situation or replaying a situation or experience in your head. Women, we do that all the time. Like constantly rehashing something. Second guessing your decisions. We definitely do that a lot. Thinking of all the worst case scenarios. Stop it. Okay? It doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, if something's gonna go wrong, it's gonna go wrong. Don't worry about what could happen. If it's gonna go wrong, it's gonna go wrong. So just go ahead and do it. Not being solution focused is a really big deal, because my thing is, if I see a problem, my first thought is a solution, because I don't really care about the issue. And I guess I've learned that being in the medical field, you pick up on it really quick. Okay, I see a problem. My next thought literally is the solution. So I take that in my home life. If I see a problem with my home, my kids, okay, my very, very next thought is, okay, what's the solution? I don't really care who did it. I don't really care how it happened. My literally next thought is, what is the solution? So overthinking is different from problem solving. Overthinking is about dwelling on the problem, while problem solving involves looking for a solution. Imagine a storm is coming, okay? Here's an example that shows the difference between overthinking and problem solving. So overthinking, I wish the storm wouldn't come. It's going to be awful, okay? Problem solving, I will go outside and pick up everything that might blow away. That's problem solving. Like, it's just very simple. Like, don't sit there and watch your whole home blow away. Don't sit there. Like we've had I don't know, like 5 or 6 storms come through Tennessee here recently. Like, if you know you have a dog that lives outside, go outside and bring your dog in. Like, don't just sit there and watch your dog get blown away. Don't just sit there and look out the window and be like, oh, no. Fix the problem. Problem solve. Don't sit there and overanalyze things. I'm just not big on wasting time. So, just a few tips before we end tonight to help you realize, or to help you stop overthinking at work, at home, in your community, just in your daily life period. Because as women, again, we have to realize that we are perfect in our imperfect ways, okay? Regardless of who we are, what we look like, what we say, how we act, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to do things that we regret. We're going to do things that are going to be mistakes. But we have to realize that regardless of what we do, how we say it, how we react in the moment, it doesn't matter, because God has already created us perfectly imperfect, okay? So, again, here are a few tips to help you stop overthinking. 1, pay attention to the way you think. If you realize that you're thinking a certain way, stop it. Stop what you're doing. Ask yourself, hey sis, whatever your name is, ask yourself the questions. Like, what about the situation is causing you to think this way? Analyze yourself. Don't analyze the situation, okay? Next, focus on the things that you can change, not the things in the situation. We can't change other people. We can't change situations, okay? But you can change you. Focus on the things that you can change. Fourthly. Sorry. See, not perfect. Fourth, get a good start every day. I know sometimes we and it's so crazy because we raise our kids this way, but then we forget the older we get to do the same things that we raise our kids to do. But this is so true. Get a good start every day, because the better your morning starts off, the better your day will go. So when you wake up in the morning, put on your music the same way that you go to bed at night. Like, you're listening to this podcast nightly, or you may be listening to it in the morning. I don't know. But the same way that you're trying to get yourself better mentally, get your day going mentally as well. Like, your emotions are just as important as your day. So every morning, get your day going very, very well. 5th, schedule some time for self-reflection. And that is the most important one to me, actually. Schedule time for self-reflection, just like you're scheduling time for this podcast. Schedule time for self-reflection, because we have to always take care of us first, because we have other people that are depending on this, okay? Number 6, practice mindfulness. I think I put this like almost in every podcast. Like, mindfulness is so important. I think COVID taught us that more than anything. Mindfulness is so important. Number 7, stop being a perfectionist. No matter what you do, we will never be perfect, okay? But we can be perfectly imperfect. And number 8, realize that you cannot control every single thing. Women, okay? We can't, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how well we raise our children. They're going to go out there and do whatever they want to do. But we're the foundation. So get the foundation in the situation. And once you laid the foundation in that situation, that's all you can do, okay? You can't control the situation, but you've done the best that you can do, okay? That's it. So do your part, let it go, move on. That's all you can do. Say what you got to say. Make sure that your input is there. Leave nothing unturned, okay? Give your 100%. That's all I can tell you, okay? If you give your 100%, nothing else will matter. Nothing else will count. And my thing is, after you've done all you can do, there is nothing else for you to do. Like, you have nothing else to give. So I don't understand why you're overthinking, why you're keeping yourself up at night. But now, if you haven't given all you can do, like given all you can give, if you haven't done all you can do, then I can understand it. I can understand why. But if in the moment you've done all you can do, let it go. Don't go home. Don't take it home with you. Don't go home and keep yourself up at night. Don't go home and eat yourself into a frenzy or a tizzy. Like, don't cause yourself more agony over something that you have no control over, okay? Let it go. Let other people deal with that situation, not you. You have too much more on your plate, okay? So what's tonight's topic? Stop overthinking. Let yourself be great. And what do I always say? If you don't do you, then you won't be done. All right, ladies? So thank you so much for joining us tonight. I love you. And thank you so much for liking, share, and comment. All 3 things are free, so you do not have to pay for any of those things. But please, please, please share this podcast with someone who else wants to be great, okay? And who you think will grow from this podcast. Again, like, share, and comment. I love you guys, and we will talk again